Hello, passionate and purposeful people. Welcome back to my channel. Did you miss me? I hope you did because I missed you. I'm sorry for my absence. I was buried in a hole somewhere preparing for exams, which is one of the peculiarities of my profession. But guess what? I'm back and better. Now, for those of you who are new to this channel, this is the passion and purpose of where we talk all things personal and professional development to ensure that you attain success and fulfillment in your lives. Now today I'll be talking on something really interesting. I'll be letting you in on my top 5 personal development experts that I think those of you who are interested in growing personally need to search out and start learning from. So stay with me as I take you on this journey with me. So, why personal development? A couple of years back, I realized that I've reached a stage in my life where I'd stopped growing. Not just physically, but also in terms of finances, emotions, mentally, and spiritually. What had happened? I had stopped making efforts to grow. I was expecting growth to happen automatically. But then I discovered a really important secret, and that is growth does not happen automatically. Growth happens intentionally. From that point, I made a personal commitment to grow and develop as a person. Now, this led me to start searching out what vital information was out there in the personal growth space. And of all the materials and people that I've come across, I think these 5 are the 5 that have had the most impact in my life, and I would therefore recommend them as helpful places to start for those of you who are looking at growing yourselves. At number 5, guys, I have Earl Nightingale. Now, Earl Nightingale was a famous American author and radio speaker who dealt mostly with subjects of human character development and motivation. He was a respected name in the field of personal development and was popularly known as the Dean of Personal Development. Now, he used his remarkable talent of narration not just for his radio programs, but to motivate people to pursue a meaningful existence. In 1956, he wrote the book The Strangest Secret, and then he also narrated it into a spoken word recording, and it sold over 1 million copies. It was the first spoken word recording to achieve a golden record status, which was an incredible achievement. His Lead the Field series is also another classic that is freely available online and covers several aspects of human character development and personal development. In 1960, he co-founded the Nightingale Conant Corporation, which till this day continues to be a world leader in the distribution of personal development materials. Now, what have I learned from Earl Nightingale? He's taught us that if you spend at least 1 hour every day to develop a skill in a particular area in your life, in 5 years, you'll become an expert in that field, because not many people can do that. And he also taught us that we are the sum total of our thoughts. We become what we think about, and as we sow, we reap. And this, he believes, is the strangest secret in the world. So if you've never heard of Earl Nightingale, I recommend you check him out today. At number 4, guys, I present to you Robin Sharma. Now, Robin is one of the world's leading thinkers when it comes to leadership, productivity, and personal development. He initially started out as a litigation lawyer, but eventually followed his passion for leadership and helping people maximize the potential within them. Now, he's spoken for over 2 decades now at some of the world's leading companies, including FedEx, PwC, Oracle, HP, Nike, Microsoft, NASA, many more, you name it. Now, he's a world best-selling author of 15 books, most notably The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari and The Leader Who Had No Title. Now, these 2 books have changed my mindset dramatically. Now, his latest book, The 5 AM Club, has also proved to be a worldwide sensation, and it teaches the importance of starting early as well as establishing a morning routine. Now, what are some of the things that we've learned from Robin? Now, Robin teaches that in order to get the results that most people do not have, you should be prepared to do what other people do not do. He's also taught that you should not be afraid of being labeled as, being misunderstood or being labeled as odd or weird, because the people that go after their dreams are first misunderstood before they are eventually celebrated and revered. Finally, he's also taught that you should not be a prisoner to your past. Instead, you should be an architect of your future. So guys, Robin Sharma, learn from him, read his materials, and I promise that your life will never remain the same. So guys, for me at number 3, Tony Robbins. Now, Tony Robbins is a giant, not just physically standing at 6'7", but also in the personal development sphere. He's been named several times as one of the most influential and most successful personal development speakers of all time. Now, Tony Robbins has worked with several US presidents, including Bill Clinton. He's worked with top entertainers like Oprah Winfrey, Usher, Pitbull. He's also worked with sports personalities like Serena Williams, Andre Agassi, the Golden State Warriors, you name it. Tony Robbins runs every year personal development and self-help seminars, most notably Unleash the Power Within. I've attended one of these seminars virtually, and for me, it was a life-changing and mind-blowing experience. Tony Robbins has also written 5 bestseller books, including Awaken the Giants Within and Unlimited Power. Now, what are some of the lessons that we've learned from Tony Robbins? Tony Robbins teaches that many times when we get poor results, it's very easy to blame it on lack of resources. But if you looked closely, it's not the lack of resources, but usually the lack of resourcefulness that accounts for our poor results. If you become more resourceful, then you will get better results. Also, it's thought that to improve the quality of your life, you need to raise your standards. And what does that mean? It means that you should start turning your shoulds into musts. And it also means that you need to start asking quality questions, because the quality of questions you ask determine the quality of your life. So guys, Tony Robbins is all over social media. He has books in bookstores. You have no excuse to say you've not heard of Tony Robbins. Start learning from his work and improve the quality of your life today. Number 2, John Maxwell. John C. Maxwell initially started his leadership journey as a pastor, but now he teaches leadership and personal growth all over the world. In 2014, he was named as the #1 leadership expert in the world by Inc. magazine. Now, John every year teaches and speaks to Fortune 500 companies, presidents of nations, top business leaders. He has written over 86 books and he sold over 25 million copies worldwide. He also has a team of over 37,000 speakers, trainers, and coaches called the John Maxwell team, one that I'm proud to be a part of. Now, one of John's major works relating to growth is the book, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. Now, this book is a must-have for anyone who is interested in growing as a person. He also runs a weekly podcast titled the John Maxwell Leadership Podcast, and that is one you can check out if you love listening to podcasts. Now, what are some of the things that I've learned from John Maxwell? John teaches that we should learn to value people, and every day we should ask, how can I add value to others? He also teaches relating to leadership that leadership is not really about position. Leadership instead is just about influence, nothing more and nothing less. Another of his lessons that I love is that growth does not happen in a day, but instead growth happens daily, and your success is merely the result of your daily routines. So John Maxwell is another name that you guys need to search out. Learn from John and become a person of value. So we're about to make a landing here. We're at number 1. So who's my number 1 top personal development speaker of all time? I'm about to let the cat out of the bag here. He is Jim Rohn. Have you heard about Jim Rohn before? Who is Jim Rohn? Now, Jim Rohn lived and breathed personal development. He always talks about his story, how he started off as a farm boy from Idaho and then started working with a family for several years with nothing to show for it, until he met a man named Earl who taught him on the importance of personal development. And within a short space of time, Jim Rohn became a millionaire himself and started teaching personal development. Now, he presented seminars on personal development for over 40 years, and he revealed the contemporary secrets of success in ways that were not just practical, but they were also accessible. Now, Jim Rohn was a mentor to many of the personal development speakers we have today, people like Tony Robbins, Les Brown, Brian Tracy, and many more. Now, what are some of the lessons that Jim Rohn has taught us? Now, Jim Rohn teaches that your income rarely exceeds your personal development. If for some reason you had a lucky break with your income, but you don't develop as a person, the gains in your income will be gone before you know it. He also teaches us that it's not the time that we spend or the time we bring to the marketplace that we pay for. We're paid for the value that we add to the marketplace. It's the value that you bring to the marketplace that you paid for. And finally, I know many of us want to wish that things were easier for us and we wish that we had more, but this is what Jim says about it. It says that you should not wish that things were easier. Instead, you should wish that you were a better person, because to have more, you need to be more. Now, although Jim Rohn died in 2009, his work and his legacy continues to stay fresh and relevant. You can find many of these for free online on social media, and just be sure to check them out because it will change your mentality and your approach to life completely. We've finally come to the end of today's video. Thanks for staying with me and going through my list of my top 5 personal development experts. Remember, you can always find their materials, their videos, their books online and also in bookstores. How about you? Who are your top personal development experts? Have you got any favorite one? I would love to hear from you. Please leave me a comment in the comment section below and I'll be sure to reply to your comment. As I sign out today, I want you to remember this. If you will change, then things will begin to change for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.